take a look at this expert analysis on SEC next steps in case against Ripple and XRP. Mark Svigel, a seasoned official with the SEC, has discussed the potential steps the agency could take with relation to Ripple's XRP, which is a new move in the ongoing legal dispute between the agency and Ripple Labs. This is in response to judicial proceedings that followed Judge Analisa Torres' landmark decision. Judge Analisa Torres handed down her summary ruling in the SEC versus Ripple case on July 13, 2023. As a digital asset linked to Ripple, the ruling determined that XRP is not a security. The court's ruling made it clear that although Ripple's sales of XRP to institutional investors were considered securities transactions, sales of XRP through secondary trading platforms were not. Subsequently, the SEC attempted to contest the court's decision with regard to Ripple's programmatic XRP sales on secondary trading platforms. Judgment was rendered by Judge Torres dismissing the SEC's interlocutory appeal, which was filed on August 18, 2023. According to her, there was no major disagreement over the merits of the case or a controlling matter of law in this appeal. In an apparent effort to shorten the duration of the trial and set the stage for an appeal challenging parts of the court's summary judgment decision, the SEC dropped all charges against Ripple managers Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen. The SOC litigation, which had been ongoing for over 4 years, finally came to a close in August 2024 when they fined Ripple $125 million and issued an injunction. Regardless, rumors of an appeal have been circulating, especially following Ripple's filing on September 4, asking for a stay in the placement of 111 verdict in escrow. A former regional director of the SEC, Mark Fagel, has offered some predictions about the future. Fagel claims that the question of whether Ripple's XR programmatic sales constitute securities transactions will be the center of any appeal proceedings initiated by the SEC. His reasoning is that the appeals court might decide this case separately from the larger issue of whether XRP is a security. The programmatic sales issue, according to Fagel, is treated as an afterthought and is frequently addressed as dicta in the district court's judgment. He pointed out that the SEC may want the appeal court to decide this aspect because the SEC has a history of challenging minor or unclear issues. Fagel, on the other hand, thinks this matter won't get much attention from the Second Circuit and probably won't have much of an impact on the law as a whole. It is unclear what the SEC will do next in its challenge of Ripple's argument. Even while Ripple may have changed tactics by dropping accusations against its executives and dismissing the interlocutory appeal, additional legal action could still happen, especially over how XRP's programmatic sales should be classified. A financial analyst has stated that XRP is a slave coin. Let me explain. Renowned Bitcoin promoter and financial expert Rajat Soni has once again spoken out against the cryptocurrency, calling XRP a slave coin. Given XRP's ties to Ripple and the current trend toward digital currencies issued by central banks, as well as the criticisms leveled at PDCs over XRP's possible role in financial institution centralization, his remarks reflect these worries. Oni has strong reservations about Ripple's XRP project, in part due to the company's ties to several governments and financial institutions. Not only is Ripple a major player in many CBDC initiatives, but the company has allegedly been marketing XRP as a means to expedite cross-border transactions. According to Sony, this association is cause for alarm. According to him, the goal of CBDCs is to give more power to central banks and other centralized authorities over people's money, and XRP will ensure that this goal is met. To Sony, XRP is a means to an end. The increasing centralization of financial power and the elimination of financial autonomy, decentralization and personal financial freedom are not XRP's intended goals in his view. Instead, it's a ploy to promote Bitcoin as a decentralized answer to blockchain issues, which will only serve to bolster the power of international financial institutions. Contrarily, Sony is still a staunch advocate of Bitcoin, which he sees as a symbol of decentralization and personal agency. This stands in stark contrast to a critical assessment of XRP, since Bitcoin is decentralized and thus not controlled by any one entity, including the government. Sony claims it is a better option than centralized programs like XRP and SRP and CBDCs. On several occasions, he has asserted that Bitcoin provides a remedy for the issue of financial power concentration by empowering individuals to own their wealth independently of traditional banking institutions. No one should be surprised by Sony's never-ending attacks against XRP He has expressed skepticism on many times over the likelihood of its global adoption, especially by major financial institutions. The author argues that financial institutions are more likely to adopt Bitcoin than XRP, notwithstanding Ripple's claims about the utility of XRP. Even while Ripple's close relationship with XRP makes one worry about the prospect of centralization, he often stresses that Ripple did not create Bitcoin. Previous XRP predictions and critiques. Furthermore, Sony has already foretold that XRP's value might decline in the event the governmental actions, especially in the US, result in restrictions on the cryptocurrency. Someone informed him that XRP's acceptance rate is shockingly low compared to other well-known cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. He also thinks that XRP's lack of widespread adoption is a problem for its long-term success. Over time, Sony joined the chorus of opponents who have called XRP a scam coin because of what they see as the flawed model of the cryptocurrency and its close relationship to Ripple. He argues that XRP's inherent centralization stems from this link and makes it at odds with the greater cryptocurrency community's aims, which typically prioritize decentralization above all else. In its advisory remarks to investors on XRP, Sony mirrors the views of other prominent leaders in the cryptocurrency industry. As an example, consider Sensei BTC, a famous Bitcoin enthusiast. Sensei recently compared and contrasted the price performances of XRP and Bitcoin while discussing cryptocurrency investments, and they stated their dislike of XRP on X. In terms of price performance, he noted that Bitcoin consistently outperforms XRP. His argument is supported by the fact Bitcoin's price has risen more than XRP's in past 24 hours, as shown by recent market moves. Over the past year, Bitcoin's price has climbed by over 30, while XRP's price has fallen by over 10. Bitcoin's price has climbed by over 4, while XRP's price has climbed by 2. Taken together, these figures show that XRP is a risky investment. Thus, I advise anyone fresh to the cryptocurrency market to stay away from it. Despite the critiques leveled against cryptocurrencies, the XRP community has persistently pushed back against the negative perceptions promoted by Bitcoin supporters, and tensions between the two communities continue. Particularly in the realm of cross-border monetary transactions, they argue that XRP offers benefits that Bitcoin does not. Even if there is a chasm between the two groups, Bitcoin maximalists have steadfastly maintained their conviction that Bitcoin is the best cryptocurrency due to its greater decentralization and long-term potential. Considering the ongoing downward trend in the market for cryptocurrencies, a number of XRP whales have started selling their assets. A cryptocurrency surveillance and analytics service called Whale tweeted that over 100 million XRP tokens were transferred from an unknown address to another unknown wallet. An estimated $52.09 million is the value of the transfer. One of the worst trading periods that happened last weekend was on Saturday, when XRP was almost as high as the 51-cent mark. During this time, the market experienced widespread bearish pressure as the demand for Bitcoin, the most popular cryptocurrency, momentarily dropped below the $53,000 mark. Trading advice should not be construed from the data that has been supplied. You should not put your money into anything that relies on the data presented here. It is highly recommended that you consult an expert and do your own research before making any investing decisions.